and activating the authentic real self. What we're going to do is we're going to do a quick crash course on this process. The real you, which has been hidden away behind layers and layers and layers of societal programming, parental programming, educational programming, friend circle programming, the pains and joys of life. Everything is, you are a blank slate going into each day, but you tend to carry all of this stuff with you, which has caused you to filter in milliseconds, nanoseconds, through every decision that you make daily, your choices. And we're going to quickly undo that. We're going to take us all the way back to before any of this jadedness kind of happened. And just as a mental picture, hopefully you have relaxed, take a few deep breaths, and hopefully there's some sunshine shining in. If not, you can close your eyes and listen and imagine that sunshine, and or wherever your happy place is, go there and listen, and at appropriate times write down what you need to write, and we'll go from there. So starting off, you're relaxed, and what I want you to do is imagine the infinity symbol. Something that goes on forever. It's enclosed, it never ends, and the infinity circle, turn that vertical. Now we're going to take that from horizontal and we're going to make that vertical. And what that is 8. And I want you to think about 8-year-old you. Most of us can remember vivid pictures and feelings from this age, whether it was family vacations, Christmas, holidays. A lot of us carry, a lot of what we carry with us is actually a lot from this age, and we don't think about it. Because this age is powerful when it comes to consciousness. Our consciousness is growing at intrepid rates up until this age, and then we begin to take in from around us and learn. We're going to school at this time. And so this age of 8 is an age of awareness and very vivid colors that perpetuates and permeates our existence, even up till now. And who we are at this age and what happens to us, I believe, greatly shape our lives. So we're going to envision yourself as an 8-year-old. Hopefully envision yourself, take a good memory from 8. Take a memory where you were thinking about who you were going to be in the future and what you were going to be doing without any input from your parents, from school, from friends. This was you. You're in your bedroom. You're playing with whatever toy. You're watching whatever show. You may be running around outside. You may be riding your bicycle. You may be coloring. You may be playing an instrument, laughing. And I want you to think about what it is that you wanted to do at that age. And if you need to write this down, write it down. I want you to think about the feelings that you had, unjaded, moving about in that state. I want you to think about what that 8-year-old would do or say to you now in your current state. If you were sitting down with that 8-year-old, would they be crying? Are they crying? Is it you crying on the inside because you are no longer that 8-year-old? I want you to take a couple things from this. What it is that you want to do as that joyous 8-year-old without any influence from the world. And I want you to think about a couple of things that have kept you from doing that. And these may be deeper than you think, and that's fine. If you don't want to go as deep right now, that's fine too. Because the next part of this is understanding that around 8, we are also getting ready for school. The school the education anyways, begins to deepen at this point. By now we're carrying a book bag. And the book bag isn't just physical. The book bag is spiritual, emotional, and mental. And I say this because we all carry books, purses, suitcases, something with us every day when we leave the house. Typically, we're not leaving the house free-handed. We're always carrying something, and that's not just physical. That's mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. We're always carrying something with us. So typically, we don not only a book bag for school, but we put on an emotional and spiritual book bag that we never are taught how to empty. And life gets heavy because we carry these things for life, whether we know it or not. This is why we must learn to renew our minds daily. And so I want you now to think about, imagine a book bag. Imagine the book bag that you carried as an 8-year-old. What color is it now? What is this book bag carrying? Did you feel the image of bricks just now, or rocks? What did you feel when you thought of what's in your mental and spiritual book bag? Because I guarantee you it wasn't bubbles and rainbows and toys. It was probably something heavy. And if it was bubbles and rainbows and toys and unicorns, then you're probably in a good place. But if you imagined a book bag at this age with bricks and rocks and heavy things in it, you're probably carrying a lot of weight. And I know a lot of people this past year who had back issues. And that's because our mental and spiritual connections are being connected to our physical existence very, very tightly. So as you sit here, and if you're periodically opening your eyes to write, I want you to think about each rock, each brick, each heavy item that's in your book bag. And I want you to think about those rocks and bricks as things which have kept you from being your free, joyous, loving 8-year-old self. Okay? Everything that's in that book bag does not serve you because they're rocks and bricks. A lesson is as clean and light as a piece of paper. It's easily readable. You pull it out, you look at it, the lessons are on there. It's outlined very cleanly. And if you did not think about this, it's highly likely you're carrying a lot of dead weight. Life's lessons should be as easy and as light as a piece of paper. So any pain that you have gone through, if you have not learned the lesson from that pain, it will feel like a rock or a brick. If you have learned that lesson, it will feel as light as a piece of paper, which means that carrying that with you you won't feel any certain way. You won't feel heavy. You won't feel a burden when you leave your house. So in thinking about this and finalizing this part, I want you to understand that carrying with you any pain, frustration from your past, whether it's relationships, jobs, things that haven't worked out, regrets that you have, is only going to keep that 8-year-old saddled with a book bag full of bricks and rocks, which he cannot do nothing with, right? So at some point, you're going to have to unpack these, and we're not going to unpack those right now, but you can unpack these over time. You can think about every single moment in which you were frustrated. The way that you act now is because you believe a certain way, and those beliefs happen when we have emotional distress, spiritual, mental. All of those distresses add up, and we use those to filter out every day and its choices. This is why we must learn to renew our minds daily and release each rock and brick. digging further and further into the backpack until we have completely removed all contents and can now freely roam through life with fresh thoughts and feelings. So the last image from this one is, imagine yourself at the top of a hill and you're looking over the hill at what is the rest of your life. Because right now you've reached a peak. And looking out over the rest of your life with this heavy backpack, I want you to take some time and begin to, as you've seen in some old films, we're going to begin placing each brick and rock onto what is, let's just call it a small grave. And it's not a grave of the 8-year-old. It's a grave of all the pains and hurts that you've been carrying with you. And you can even write these down. We're going to write these down and mentally put these to rest with the rocks and bricks. And you can forgive yourself here too. And it's okay that things haven't gone as you pictured they would as an 8-year-old. It's all right that we're here now. As you release those things over the next few weeks, I want you to think what happened as an opportunity to learn and grow as a person, just like a tree with deep roots. Lastly, this is your life, not your parents' life, not your friend's life, not your significant other's life, not your boss's life. This is your life, and this is what free will is. Nobody has ever made you. Nobody has ever twisted your arm. Nobody has ever forced you to do anything. You have, of your own free will, made every decision that you've ever made in your life. So what I implore you to do here now is do make choices based on your 8-year-old self. Do make choices that you believe will give you satisfaction and happiness. Not your parents, not your significant other, not anyone but you. Do seek joy from within, not from without. Thinking that something outside will give you joy will only leave you wanting. The satisfaction comes from within. It comes from you doing and believing in that 8-year-old self. Constantly speak to the 8-year-old you and find out what it is that they would feel in that moment. I heard from one person, they were seeking to protect their inner child. And this is what parents do. Parents try to protect the child and keep them from going through any pain and hurt. And that's where a lot of pain and hurt actually come from. The pain and hurt give us a chance to experience joy on the other side of it. So think and imagine, feel and process, filter and learn, plan and act accordingly. Think and imagine, feel and process, filter and learn, plan and act accordingly. Use that 8-year-old you, empty your book bag, and know that this is your life and your choice. That was a quick crash course. You can open your eyes now. If you've got any notes, take them with you. You can go over those notes, take some time, listen to some calming music, and think about these things, because thinking about them helps us to process. And when we can process, we can do some house cleaning on our mind. You can find more on that. I've got my YouTube. I know there's some episodes here on Superhero Academy, the podcast. And you know what? We're going to be back with more episodes like this. I think we'll be going back into the virtues here soon. We'll be mixing it up a little bit from here on out. We went through the 4 main cardinal virtues, very important ones: fortitude. I'm not even going to try to repeat those now. Fortitude, temperance, justice, and I forget the other one. But we need those daily. So take these with you into 2021. Okay. Be the 8-year-old you here in 2021, right? Be the 8-year-old you here in 2021. Discovering and activating the authentic real self. We are finished here now. This was a quick crash course. Go to superheroacademyonline.com. Check it out for coaching. Send me a quick email if you need, librajay@superheroacademyonline.com if you have any questions. We'll be back soon. See ya.